This is first and foremost a bodycam horror simulation game. You are a zookeeper named Paul and intend to work at this place. Paul is not a silent character.
Then why is the zoo been closed for the second year?
Now, Zoochosis is not only the name of the game, but an actual term that refers to the repetitive, meaningless patterns of behavior that animals develop after being kept at zoos for long periods. This fits the game, as the behavior of the animals in the zoo is everything but normal. Another thing that isn't normal is how we actually get this job. The job application process wasn't exactly done by protocol, as we woke up after being sedated or something similar by our supervisor, and our phone was confiscated as well, which of course all seems perfectly normal. If that isn't enough to consider this place a red flag, you actually have to travel by train to access the different animal enclosures. But at first, you start off doing relatively normal zookeeper stuff, feeding animals, cleaning their enclosures, petting them, that kind of stuff. And from what we have seen, you do that for a good while, because based on the early impressions, the game does take a while to open up. There is something that helps us keep track of the tasks. We are provided with a personal digital assistant. That is pretty nice of our supervisor, but once you see how food is prepared, it should be rather clear that you probably took the wrong job. Relatively soon it comes to your attention that some of the animals start getting infected by this parasite. We actually got a better look at this parasite in the recent trailer, so now we know exactly what the culprit here looks like. So your job switches from just taking care of the animals to trying to figure out what's going on and save them and yourself before the mutations spread and infect you too. Luckily, this game gives you tools that help you identify which animals are infected. Stuff we have seen is a thermal imager to detect animals with unusual body temperatures, some kind of sound sensor, and there is other stuff like UV light as well. There's a veterinary gun you can load with various darts that contain medication or cures. One example is the tranquilizer dart. Depending on the symptoms of the animals, these will likely be your best friend. Ultimately, your goal is to make a vaccine and cure them, but it looks like even with your best efforts and knowledge, the game may be designed so we are not able to save them all. There are many endings though, so perhaps there is that one good ending if you manage to do everything right. In total, we have seen 8 different animal enclosures. I'm not sure if this is the final amount, or if more areas are gonna be unlocked later on. I guess it makes sense for the sake of progression to limit this to 8, because there seems to be a lot of backtracking as it is, and with even more animals, this could be too much for the player. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.